Hey, everybody, welcome back to day 39 of 100 Days of Halloween. I hope you are doing well and enjoying your Saturday or your entire weekend. And I hope you're getting some crafty or crochet time in. So, 100 Days of Halloween, what am I doing? Real quick, my friend and yarny sis over Ranee over at the Woolly Llama Shop had been discussing with several of us in a live she was having that she wanted to do a Halloween or fall themed project for the 100 Days of Halloween. She was wanting to make a blanket, but it wasn't just any ordinary blanket that was gonna, get real huge real fast. Um, Living in the South and it's super hot when this whole thing started, not a good idea. Her brilliant idea was to do it in bite sized pieces, meaning 6-inch by 6-inch granny squares with either a fall or Halloween theme, design, colorway, applique, motif, things like that. And she had scoured the interwebs and compiled this awesome list of all of these different kinds of fall and Halloween type squares and correlated each one in the list with a number. And she has been drawing them at random every day, um, to pick which new block or square she will be doing to add into her blanket. She is drawing them from her little um, jack o' lantern of joy, or which has quickly been nicknamed the jinxed jack o' lantern of joy for reasons. If you have not seen her videos, you need to go check out and you will find out why. It is hilarious. Um, yeah, and so because of that, she has now nicknamed the blanket that spiders built. So you need to go check her out. She is in the description box, as well as any of my other yarny friends that have content will be listed in there as well. And go check them out. They're all fabulous, very creative. They have a lot of great content, and I think you will love them if you haven't already went and saw them and decided you love them too. So we have been making a square a day, a 6-inch by 6-inch square with some kind of fall theme, colorway, or Halloween. Um, and I am not as structured as Rainey. I am kind of doing mine with whatever creativity strikes me that day and running with it. Doing a lot of freehanding, it seems, lately, but I am also using free patterns and tutorials for some that I do find on the interwebs. And where Rainey is linking hers also in her description box, I am also, but I'm also putting the information that if I did freehand it, that there is no pattern or tutorial so that you guys know. But if there is, you will have the information in case you wanted to go and do these squares or just the applique for another project. Um, we do have some yarny friends and sisters that have content on their channels that have been participating. They are not making blankets, they are making entirely different projects. And even though we are doing entirely different things, we're all doing it together at the same time, and we are having a lot of fun. And some of you guys have said you are joining in. I still haven't seen any pictures yet. I'm looking forward to whenever you guys are doing your projects and decide you're going to send in pictures, and we'll implement those in the videos. So without further ado, we have finished squares 1 through 10, the first set of 10, because 100 squares is going to be 10 across and 10 up and down to make this roughly a little over 60 by 60-inch blanket. By the time you figure in the joins, Rainey's join is entirely different than mine, so her blanket is going to be bigger. And you'll have to go check that out. She's got a video on the spiderweb join. Um, so we've completed 1 through 10, 11 through 20, and 21 through 30. And now we are working on 31 through 40. And today is day 39. So we are almost done with this set of 10. And for each group of 10, I am making a video short to kind of go over the squares that I did for those before I start adding them into the blanket. And then as I add more into the blanket, I'm showing you guys a quick little update. So let's look at the squares from 31 through where we are today at 39 real quick. So on day 31, I did this poison apple on purple, and he turned out so cute. And then I decided I was going to mix it up a little bit because I had so many blank squares I had been making that were just sitting there next to my chair. So I decided I was going to start drawing them at random to turn into squares for this blanket. Well, originally I had them in one of the big shopping totes from the Joann's liquidation. That was an epic fail because the bag wanted to collapse and I was trying to do it by myself. Yeah, it was a whole thing. So we moved on and transitioned into a cardboard box with a hole cut in the top, and we are drawing at random from what I call the boo box of fate. So our first square that we drew at random ended up being purple again. So I vetoed it because we had just done the purple. So when I vetoed that, we got orange. And so I did fall leaves because we hadn't done any leaves or anything. And it is a fall slash Halloween, summerween blanket, right? So we did that. So then the next square that we drew for the following day, and I've been having you guys guess to see what's going to come on that square the next day, and then reading what you guys are guessing before I show you the square. And I'm not even looking until I read them to you guys. So then we ended up drawing purple again. And so I put this little Franken ghosty on there. It's a whole group. I think it's 4 or 5 of them that are like trick or treating ghosties. And I think they're so stinking cute. So that was that one. Then on day 34, for day 34, we drew a yellow square, bright yellow. And I actually gave this one a name because I thought it was so fun. I called it Spell Gone Wrong. I had done this frog applique, and to me, it was looking more like a newt. And I just had a vision in my head of a witch casting a spell, it bouncing off of something. She turned herself into the frog or the newt. So I freehanded the little witchy hat and put on there. And that was day 34. So for day 35 square, we drew this fluorescent orange square. And I had been working on making a crystal ball applique. So I went ahead and put it on this one to show it off because it's so bright. Put a little star in the corner, a little crescent moon. And there was day 35. Then day 36, I had found this super cool applique, and there was no way I was going to pass up not using it. So when we pulled out this fluorescentish green, I put this little swirl kitty, and I used, for the black, I used the sparkle, and the swirl also was with this like grape purple. And I thought it really shows it off. And I wish you guys could see the color like I do. You probably will when I record the video short going over the squares before I add them into the blanket. You'll be able to see the colors really well because my laptop just doesn't do. And I don't know, maybe I should just keep recording on the old phone because the colors are so much brighter. I don't know. You guys tell me, would you rather see them in the brighter colors using my old phone to record, or would you guys just, is it okay for me to use my laptop? So there we go. That was day 36. Yep, 36. So then for day 37, we drew a rust colored square. And I was so used to using all the like bright colors and midnight colors and everything that the fall color kind of threw me. So there was a lot of guessing, and I can't remember how many people were correct. I ended up putting mushrooms because everybody has every little witchy has some mushrooms along with her herbs in her little potion making repertoire. So we did that. And then day 38, we drew a square that was cornflower blue around a white circle. It's the squares that start out with the circle and go to a square. and it starts out white in the center and then goes to cornflower blue. So I thought it was a perfect example of a moon something. So I freehanded this little black kitty riding a witch broom. And I had been wanting to do one, couldn't find any appliques online or anything. So I just freehanded it. And there we are with that. So then we come to today's square. We drew one of those fluorescent brights from that I had made a whole bunch of the Red Heart Super Saver um, jumbo stripes in the bright stripe. And I absolutely love these squares. And a lot of you were saying leave them blank to kind of break up all the appliques and everything. And I really pondered it last night. I went back and forth. Should I? Shouldn't I? And let's see what you guys said. Let me find it. Um, Ranee over at the Woolly Llama shop thought that the square that I drew would look good with slime green Nova skull and crossbones, which we had just done those. And I don't know if slime green would have been good because the center of that square is slime green. See, and I'm not going to show you. It kind of would have been buried, I think. Debbie Van Rensburg suggested an open book of spells. And she said, thanks for the hard work, enjoying each and every square. And she loved the cat on a broom. So an open book of spells. Nova, she says she almost guessed something on a broom, but thought, no, that was too vague. Black Kitty, of course. She liked the book. She said she's guessing that I showed a book yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, it was a new one that was out for pre-order and it just came yesterday and it was cute and creepy crochet. And I'll be doing a deeper dive book look on that probably sometime this coming week. So Nova is guessing a cauldron. Um, Hooked on Wishing, which is Amie. She also has some cute content. You would absolutely love her too. I will link her in the description box as well. She enjoyed the flip through and she was thinking when I had mentioned thread. She said, thank you for sharing the book. She better hunt one down to see if she can thread it. Oh, more power to you, Amie. You go for it, girl, because it ain't happening here. Karen Smith. She is guessing a pair of witch legs with black and white striped stockings and some witchy shoes, like they are sticking out of the ground, like on Wizard of Oz. I love that. Alana Hawkins, hello. She's saying pair of witchy boots with striped socks. Donna Hoskinson, she loved the square that I did for yesterday. She's guessing plain or an evil eye. And Sam of Memphis Makes, who is also linked in the description box. She thinks I should leave this one blank as I have done lots of epic detailed ones this week so far. But whatever I do will be awesome. And she thought the book was cool, but not sure she would call them cute. Cute in a creepy, only a mother could love kind of way, right? And also had to look up who Lizzie Borden is. Well, that would make sense because you're in the UK, so you probably wouldn't have heard that kind of horror story, which is very controversial, I might add. Some people believe she did it. Some people say she was framed. So, yeah. Uh, but if you don't know the whole creepy horror story of Lizzie Borden, that if you're into all that, that's one of them you should take a deeper dive into. So, those were the guesses. So, what did I do today? Well, I honestly almost did what Sam had said. Since I had done it to, have we pulled one or two of these before? I think it was one, maybe, or two. I'm not sure. Um, I was going to leave it blank, but as it was sitting there next to my chair yesterday, because we did a lot of running, and we went to eat and stopped at a new store over in Sparta that had just opened called Bells. I remember Bells from when I was younger, and I wanted to see if it was kind of like the same. And it's kind of like a Ross to me, honestly. Nowadays, it didn't used to be back when I was a kid. Um, but I wanted to check it out, and I found some really cute Halloween. I got a couple of Halloween throws, new throws, and they were very inexpensive, and they were Betsy Johnson. So I could not pass those up, and they were perfect colors. So, and themed, of course, one's got black cats on it, of course, and bats. And then the other one had all kinds of like witchy potions and spell books and crystal balls and all that. And that one was in purple. So I couldn't pass them up. And then I got a little, and I'll have to bring them in to show you on one of the other videos. It's a pumpkin with a black cat on the top with a witch hat, and it lights up inside the pumpkin. It's super cute. And then we had to go to Walmart to grab a few things, and I found another retro looking black cat statue with a witch hat on it. So of course I had to get that one. And I know there was something else. I can't remember. I got another witchy statue somewhere, but I'm looking for the, I think they're like 12 or 15-inch, I can't remember, 14-inch, the witch stand up. um they're not technically a doll because they don't have the legs. It's like a plastic cone underneath the witch's skirt, and every year they come out with a different themed one. I missed the very first one the first year. I've gotten one the year before. I got one last year, and I'm looking to see when they drop the new one this year to go with my misting cauldron display. So, but anyway, we got sidetracked. So, as I was sitting there staring at the square and saying, leave it plain, like Sam even said, and she had to been reading my mind. I don't know what popped into my head and why, but the square was talking to me, and it said it needed a little sparkly bat. So we did a little sparkly bat. I thought it kind of came off with some kind of weird, funky sunset kind of vibe. And so a bat flying through the air on this square. And I wish you could see it the way I do. That's a little better, but you can't see the sparkle. Um, yeah, so that was what we did. And I really intended on leaving it plain, guys. I did, but it just kept saying, put a bat on me. Please put a bat on me. So that was what I did. So I whipped up a bat, and the link for the bat will be in the description box. Is it Golden Lucy? I can't remember. I will look it up and put the link in the description box for the bat. So, yep, there we go. That's day 39. We only have one more for this set of 10, and we will have 40 done. We are almost at the 40 mark. We are getting very close to halfway through already. I cannot believe it. But we also, once we have the next one done, tomorrow's, we will be ready to add more squares onto the blanket, and do an update on that, because right now, as it stands, I've just been waiting to get this group of 10 done so that I have enough to do a complete row. Um, before we do another update on the blanket. And I'm super excited, guys. So there was day 39. So let's grab the boo box of fate and see what square we're going to pull out to use for tomorrow. Oh, goodness. All right, guys. Let's hope it's a cool one. All right. So let's see. Let's move our hand around. Ooh. And I am trying to kill Allie Ann lately. So we've got another dark one. Sorry, Allie. We got this like midnight blue. It's like a blue jean blue. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to think about this one because we got several dark ones this time. All those bright ones in there, and we're pulling some dark. But that's okay because I mean we just had this fluorescent. We've got quite a few neons, so it kind of evened out because there's a couple orange, a yellow, the green, the neon, and then we had some purple. Yeah. So put your guesses in the comment section as to what you think is going to go on this blue background square. Yep, another one. I told you I was just throwing them in a pile next to my chair, and that's how they stacked up. And a bunch of them don't even have the ends woven. Imagine that. So yeah, we've got blue. I don't know. And I wanted to let you guys know I have been, when I go through your videos, I have been writing down all of these guesses and ideas you guys have been putting on the videos. And I think maybe this coming week, to make it really fun, I might put these on little pieces of paper and put them in a thing to draw. And whenever we draw the random square, we might be drawing one of you guys' ideas or your guesses that you guys have been putting in the comment section, and see if we can um, implement you guys into my blanket with your ideas. Um, I think it'll be fun. You guys have been having so much fun putting guesses in there. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're close, sometimes you're way off. And I love all of the creative ideas you guys are putting in there. So I thought it would be a lot of fun to here and there randomly start drawing at random your guys' suggestions and implementing them into my blanket. So my blanket is part of you guys too. What do you guys think of that? So there we go. I will be writing those. I'm going to get a fun little container. It's not going to be a Jinx jack-o'-lantern of joy. That's for sure. We're going to find a fun little Halloween container, and I'm going to start putting all of the ideas in there. And whenever we draw our square, I think we'll do it maybe start on Monday. That'll give me time to get everything written down and put in there, and then I will start randomly drawing stuff that you guys um wanted to see and implementing them on squares that we're drawing at random, and we'll see how that works out. I love the idea of implementing you guys into my blanket, because this has been so much fun and it's bringing me so much joy. And I'm so glad Ranee um, had this brilliant idea to make a crochet along with it. And I think it'll even make it that much more fun and bring me that much more joy to implement your guys' ideas onto my squares. And if I can manage it, I might try and put your name in there if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to stitch them in there. We will see. Um, I can try my dangdest though, and that way I know who had that idea of going into my blanket. So yeah. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. We have some things we need to do today, and we are taking a fun little road trip this afternoon. Brian should be getting up anytime soon. And yeah, I'm not gonna say where we're going just yet. So yeah, it's gonna be fun though. But anyhow, I'm going to let you guys go so you can get back to your regularly scheduled weekend. And I hope you have a lot of fun, get some crochet and crafting time, and I hope you get some relaxation too. So we will see you back tomorrow for day 40 of the 100 Days of Halloween and what we put on here, and we'll see if there were any guesses that were correct. So until then, I love you guys bunches, and we will talk tomorrow. Bye for now.